fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
I still remember the day my astrologer told me I'd die by freezing. I know it sounds ridiculous, but there was something about her words that resonated deep within me. Maybe it was the way she looked at me with an unnerving intensity, or the way her voice sent shivers down my spine. Whatever it was, I believed her. And so, I made the decision to leave my mundane life behind and start anew in a place where the sun always shone bright. I moved to Jamaica first, where I spent my days lounging on pristine beaches and my nights dancing to the rhythm of reggae music. But as time passed, I began to feel an inexplicable restlessness, a sense that I wasn't quite where I was meant to be. And so I moved again, this time to Barbados, where I found work as a chef in a bustling restaurant. The smell of salt water and the sound of waves crashing against the shore became my new constants, and for a while I was content. But the prophecies didn't stop. My astrologer's words continued to haunt me, and I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was running out of time. And so I made the decision to move once more, this time to Bermuda, a place I had always been drawn to with its pink sand beaches and crystal-clear waters. I found work at Tony's Kitchen, a seafood restaurant with a stunning harbor view, and for a while, life was good. That was until the freezer doors started jamming. At first, I thought it was just a minor issue, something that could be easily fixed. But as the days went by, the jamming became more frequent, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. It was as if the universe was trying to tell me something, to remind me of the prophecy that had been lurking in the shadows of my mind. It was then that I met him, Alexander, the new sous chef at Tony's Kitchen. He was tall, with piercing blue eyes and chiseled features that made my heart skip a beat. We collided in the kitchen, literally, as I was rushing to fetch some ingredients and he was trying to navigate the tight space. Apologies were exchanged, and as our eyes met, I felt a spark of electricity that left me breathless. As we worked together, I found myself drawn to Alexander's quiet confidence and his passion for cooking. He was a master of his craft, and his dishes were always presented with a flair that left our customers in awe. But despite his tough exterior, I sensed a vulnerability within him, a deep-seated pain that he kept hidden behind his piercing gaze. As the days turned into weeks, our friendship blossomed, and I found myself looking forward to our shifts together. We would talk about everything and nothing, our conversations flowing effortlessly as we worked side by side. And yet, despite the ease with which we interacted, I couldn't help but feel a sense of restraint, as if there was a part of him that he was keeping hidden from me. It wasn't until the night of the storm that the truth began to unravel. The winds were howling, and the rain was pounding against the windows of the restaurant as we worked to prepare for the evening's service. The freezer doors had jammed once again, and Alexander had volunteered to take a look. As he disappeared into the back, I felt a sense of unease wash over me, as if something was about to change forever. And then I heard his scream. I rushed to the back, my heart racing with fear, and found Alexander standing in front of the freezer, his eyes wide with terror. The doors had swung open, and a blast of icy air had enveloped him, sending shivers down his spine. As I approached him, I saw something that made my blood run cold, a vision, etched into the frosty glass of the freezer door, a vision that looked uncannily like me, frozen in time. Alexander's eyes met mine, and I saw a flicker of recognition, as if he knew something that I didn't. And then he spoke, his voice barely above a whisper. "You're the one, aren't you? The one who's been running from the prophecy." As the truth dawned on me, I felt the world around me begin to spin. The prophecy, the astrologer's words, the freezer doors jamming, it was all connected, and Alexander was the key. He was the one who had been sent to help me, to guide me through the treacherous path that lay ahead. As the storm raged on outside, we stood there, frozen in time, the only sound the pounding of our hearts. And then, without a word, Alexander reached out and took my hand, his touch sending shivers down my spine. In that moment, I knew that I had found my fated mate, the one who would stand by my side as I faced the prophecy head-on. And as we stood there, hand in hand, I realized that the true challenge was only just beginning. The prophecy had spoken of death by freezing, but what if it was more than that? What if it was a warning, a sign that I had to confront the darkness within myself? As I looked into Alexander's eyes, I knew that I was ready to face whatever lay ahead, as long as he was by my side. But as we stood there, the freezer doors creaked once more, and I felt a chill run down my spine. The prophecy was far from over, and I had a feeling that our journey was only just beginning.